H2Mate. I'm here at the studio with our next guest. Hello.
Hello.
Nice to see you again. We've already met before at the live interview.
Right, yes.
Yes. Could you briefly introduce yourself?
Yes, well, my name is Israel Torres, and I am the Business Development Manager at EN2CORE Technology.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Could you maybe tell us a little bit more about your background?
Yes, I am a mechanical engineer, actually, and I specialized in energy conversion systems.
Okay.
And actually, during my career, I was working with experimental work on solid oxide fuel cells. So that's how I got into the hydrogen technology thing. And then, yeah, I entered into this company that specializes in plasma technology to produce hydrogen. So, yeah, that's kind of my area. Yeah.
So how many years has it been for you?
A while. Yeah, it's been a while. I think in the hydrogen industry, probably I've been close to 6 to 7 years.
Yeah,
Yep.
So you already have a lot of knowledge, a lot of expertise.
Well, I have my, I do understand kind of the trends and kind of the big picture, because that is my job now as a business development manager. So yeah, I do have some.
I guess in this field you can never stop learning.
Yeah, and it's
You always
evolving
have
so quickly, so
Yes.
yeah, you never know.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So I saw you just gave a talk over there.
Yep.
Would you maybe fill us in on what you talked about and what the key takeaways were?
Yes, well, actually, I'm discussing a topic which is biogas.
Okay.
Yeah, because most people, when you talk about hydrogen, especially clean hydrogen, everybody thinks immediately electrolyzers, right?
Right.
Or solid oxide fuel cells, etc. And yeah, that's all right. That's the future, and that's ongoing. But some of the critical sectors, such as transportation, aviation, maritime shipping, or even just road transportation, requires solutions now. I mean, if we are going to reach the decarbonization targets of 2050, we need solutions now.
Right.
And biogas is, we consider, one of those intermediate steps before we arrive to full hydrogen economy. The reason is there is biogas available now, and there are some technologies already available to convert that biogas into synthetic gas, and that synthetic gas can be converted into hydrogen or sustainable aviation fuel or methanol even, yeah.
Oh, so you think this would be actually the first step that we can realistically reach in this industry?
Yes, that's what we believe, because infrastructure in hydrogen still is in its infancy. Prices are still quite high, production cost, and it's not scalable at the level that the industry now requires. So we need other solutions other than hydrogen, because everything is going to complement. It's not one solution for everything. Biofuels will be able to bridge that gap between now and the future of hydrogen by providing that fuel in the nearest short to mid-term terms. Yes.
Okay, that's fascinating. Were you able to network with a lot of companies here at this convention?
Yes, definitely. H2Meet is a great place to interact with people for networking from all over the world. Australia was the guest, and so many people from Australia curious about what we are doing, especially in my company. And yeah, it's so good to see actually the Korean industry, the hydrogen Korean industry, is so vibrant, and that's what you hear from all of the guests, international guests especially. It's like, you guys are really focused on this, and I think we got a lot of value out of this event.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Were there any trends you saw or anything that surprised you maybe?
I think compared to previous years, I've seen a lot of focus on, yes, the technology is there. I see a lot of, the tanks, the valves, the electrolyzers, the solid oxide fuel cells. I see more Korean companies in the solid oxide fuel cell area, more than before, and with more developed solutions. Because last year, you could talk to them and we are developing, we're at this stage. But this year, I can see some improvement, either performance or business model development. Yeah.
So we're already like in the next stage of the development.
Yeah, it's ongoing. I think honestly, this is going to take probably a few years. We could say decades. Even. But I do see the rush. I see the the energy is there, and companies are trying to make commercial products now. So yeah.
Would you say that hydrogen is the energy source of the future?
Well, yes, but mostly my personal opinion it is that it is a complement. Hydrogen is good for some applications, but I also don't like the notion that hydrogen is going to solve everything. I'm a firm believer in that everything has its its place, and hydrogen belongs to some areas, especially those that cannot be easily electrified. But if we want to put hydrogen everywhere, I think we're going to have a little bit of trouble, because it is possible that in the rush of bringing hydrogen everywhere, we're just going to probably create more gray hydrogen before getting into the green hydrogen. The cost. If the costs don't come down quick enough, but you have already built a user base of hydrogen, then you're going to have to use gray hydrogen.
And that doesn't really
and then that doesn't really it will not help us with reaching the environmental goals. I mean, I guess that's the point of the hydrogen economy. So I think we should be careful.
Yes.
And hydrogen has its place, but there's other solutions out there that we have to consider, especially electrification should be one of them. If it can be electrified, then we don't need hydrogen for that application.
All right. Then, except for the price, what are other difficulties you still see with hydrogen?
Yes. I think one of the major problems or difficulties is policy. So because, once governments incentivize or let's say they put on a carbon tax in place, then at that moment we will start seeing, we will advance, because there is a cost associated with polluting the atmosphere. And so once you have that, then you will start looking at life cycle assessments and see, okay, we really need to utilize hydrogen in this industry. Otherwise, we will have to pay more in carbon taxes, or something like that. So
like there needs to be a real incentive for companies to use something else.
That's right, because it is a more expensive solution. Because for many years we have considered the atmosphere as we can put any waste in the atmosphere, right? It's like we can just pollute, but if now we are conscious about that and we implement some sort of tax or some sort of regulation, then we will see that there is a cost associated with that. And then hydrogen may be competitive at that stage.
Right. Yeah. Then let me ask you a final question. So you said you will be back next year, right?
Yes, sure, yes.
Yes. Yeah. So what are you the most excited about?
Especially in my company, we have several new developments. We have projects with large-scale Korean companies. We have a project with Sudokon Landfill Site Corporation Management. It has one of the largest landfill sites in the world. And we are completing some projects with them, which I hope to bring next year, show the results, show the advancements of our pilot plants, and yeah, just bring whatever we are working with at that time, which I think is going to be exciting.
Well, that would be wonderful. We'll be looking forward to that. And thank you so much for sharing your insights with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you.